Hey, positive power, prosperous peace, biggest brain in the building. Welcome to the Brain Space channel, and we're back as if we never left again with a short one. This one is we are skipping the doom and gloom. We're done with the doom and gloom for now. This one is believe in love. Do you believe in love? Be in love. Are you in love? Most of most of y'all be like, nope. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, and it's always possible. Um, so it's important to believe in love. You cannot be in love without believing in love. You will attract what you believe in. Like, well, I just started. This is still the intro. I was supposed to say after believing in love, be in love, and making love. Now, when I say make love, 99% of the world, yes, their mind straightforward goes to sex, basically. But a little that you know, if we are nine-dimensional beings, and it is the root, what you call the root chakra, is the one that you use to have sex. But just for a fun fact, we make love in all dimensions. If you don't know what I'm talking about right now, have you even lived? That is scary because we are present in eight other dimensions, and in all these eight other dimensions we have all the traits that we use in the physical, and in the physical, which is the third, we find that sex is a basic need, while that is a first dimensional trait. Hmm. So the second dimension, its value is actually more important than the basic need of sex. The third dimension is physicality is more important than the first dimensional is basic need, sex. Guess what? If you ain't have physicality, we cannot even do that. The fourth dimensional is thinking ability is more important than actually executing what you are thinking about. And these things are very important for us to actually understand because as soon as we get outside of the third dimension, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, and the ninth, these are things that you need to know so that you know how to carry yourself, how to move. We are calling ourselves stars, okay? Do stars stop for a red traffic light? Or are they shooting? So if you don't know how to move while you are shooting through the universe, you are a crash course collision in the flesh walking. So you are somebody that everybody needs to stay out of the way of. Now, what is so important about this topic? That word, love. Love is a frequency. And that is important for us to understand. Why? Because men are frequency in the flesh, walking. Women are vibration in the flesh, walking. Whenever we are talking about frequencies, we are talking about states. A frequency is a state. So love is a frequency, which is a state. So love is a state, and this state is free of choice. It is our decision if we let a situation decide how we are going to feel for the rest of the day, or if after that situation has occurred, we reset the frequency that we are on to the one that we want to experience. That is up to us. Why is this important? I just said it. A frequency is a state is free of choice. Whatever state is free of choice. We are just happening right now to talking about the love frequency, the state of being. You see, this is the state of being in love. Now, if you understand what I'm talking about, we are not even talking about being in love with a other individual. This is you on the inside. Why is that important? Because you can only give what you are, you can only give what you got, you can only give what you can offer. And if you think of yourself, of people think of themselves of a whole lot more than that they can actually really give. And that is not something that is not something that we should point at like that is wrong to do. No, once you experience having somebody, then you can start trying out what you thought you have to offer. But it is when you offer it, you will see how it turns out in reality. A person might not even want it, consider it, find it valuable, might need a whole lot more, might need a whole lot less. It completely depends on with the person that you are dealing with, which is standing opposite of you. Now, why am I saying all of this? Because this state, once we fall in this state, we change. When you are by yourself, this is preparing, us just preparing, making ourselves ready so that when we meet somebody, we are up to date, we are with the program, we are how would you say it? We are adequate to be somebody in another person's life. I think that with that, everything is explained. Now, why is this important? Because, for instance, for men, once a man falls into this state, and it is a fall, we will get back to that. But once a man falls in this state, a man, let me put it like this, a man but moving out of love, moving because of being in love, or moving because it's going to make love. This man goes hard without his energy is keeping on getting replenished. We miss out on these things. We don't realize these things. In the first dimension, once you have gotten what you was looking for, you are done, you are depleted, you need to regenerate for up until the next day. As soon as you get outside of the third, every time you make love, you get replenished so that you can do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. This is where creating actual artwork comes in. That is why artists produce tirelessly. This is not by accident. They are making love in the other dimensions that they are present as well. But we will get back to that. This is for men. A dude who is moving with love being the reason, the driving force, this person goes hard. And after that, he has more energy to keep on going, keep on going. His lady needs to call him home. Come, it's enough for today. Call it a day. That type of energy. Now, the woman, because they are vibration walking in the flesh. So when she gets pinpointed to this frequency, to this station, to this state, that's a beautiful woman right there. Because this woman, when we are talking about, I'm looking for the right words, being devoted. A woman who is moving with love being the driving force is boundlessly devoted with no boundaries. Nothing goes. She doesn't seize anything anymore and will make whatever she has with this person in this case work regardlessly of what it is. So yes, you also get women that get beat up all across the room and stuff, blah blah. But once you start trying to give some of advice or speaking some sense into somebody, if this person tells you, but I love this person, you should just turn away and walk away. Turn around and walk away. Because there is nothing more powerful than the love spell. This frequency breaks boundaries. So when a woman is vibrating from this state, from this frequency, she gets boundlessly devoted to that thing that has set her onto that frequency. And now you got something that will last. Now, y'all could have heard in the beginning how, when I started breaking down why it is important for us to understand love singular towards ourselves first, is because at one point, love will cross boundaries, cross dimensions, and bind with something outside of itself, outside of you. So it is natural for us to love things around us. Out there, there will be a tree that you just love it on sight, a animal that you just love it on sight. Things that we see, things that we come in contact with, it is very natural for us to love it on sight because this frequency is being executed in every dimension that we are present. So there are multiple different things that is at a person's mind at all times, but has to do with the same frequency, that state that that person is in. Now, why is that important? Because love needs opposition, and the first opposition is itself. What does this mean? We are masculine and we are feminine at the same time. Love either binds with its opposition or it goes to war with this opposition. And this is for another video because we call it love, but it is just one energy. It is just one energy from which one half is love and the other half is hate. It's just one energy from which you choose at which side you vibrate. That is just all up to you. But that is for another video. But that is why I'm saying that um, love either binds with its opposition or it goes to war with its opposition. And as long as you are by yourself in life, the opposition is your own masculine and feminine. These are the two oppositions. And once you find somebody, these two oppositions band together and turn around towards the one in the opposite direction of you. Now, why is this important? As I said, love either binds with its opposition or it goes to war with its opposition. So, love is the same ingredient to create bonding and to create war, to create life and to create destruction. And this is important for us to understand because when it comes to the part of making love, that is why I think men are being called dogs today. But when it comes to destruction, that is a part that I want to specify in the next video because there is a very very big reason why, for instance, Eve is being seen as the reason why the world fell into sin. So this goes very deep and very rabbit hole-ish like, which is not this video right now. What we need to understand is that it is that same ingredient, what we call love today, is what we use for bonding, but also for war. Whenever you go to war with your opposition, you chose to love yourself more than what you are getting offered, thrown at you, whatever the case may be. At a point, you need to choose for yourself. That is what you do with love, for yourself. And the higher the love that you have for yourself, the less crap you will take from the outside world. And the outside world might see you for a certain way because of that. But then, whenever you're going to zoom in on who you're dealing with a group of people with a very low self esteem. Who is right? Who is wrong? I would like to say this is how balance is maintained. You are right for making sure that you are okay. and different. Me myself, I cannot even see life or reality any different. Nothing is rocket science. We do not have to pay for food. We do not have to pay for water. We do not have to pay for the things that we need actually to just live as human beings. Roof, sheltering, everything can be created in a way that once we as a civilization die out, everything just biodegrades into nature and nature just continue its own course. That is actually easier than what we are doing right now. What we are doing right now is supposed to actually be a whole mission impossible, to shave the whole planet and to put a layer of asphalt over it is actually harder work. But they made that happen though. And now I'm completely off topic. So to get back on topic, the only thing, well, not that far off topic, because the only thing that can fight love is its opposite energy, and that is hate. So the same thing that you used to love, now you're going to start hating that same thing. Like I said in the beginning, the only thing that happened now is that the same situation is make you vibrate at the different side of that same energy sphere. We do not have a name for this energy sphere. They just decided to call it love. And the only thing that we need to make sure that we don't forget is that it is the same energy. It is the same energy that's vibrating at the opposite side of it. The only person who can do this is yourself. And if another person on the outside of you does this for you, that person was never somebody that you should have given this energy of love to in the first place to begin with. Here is where you get that, a solo dude, an individual masculine force will settle for vanity. And that is almost with shame to my face I say that, because that goes for all my fellas out there. If you are a dude who is literally ready to get laid with a person just because the ass is good, the rest of the body doesn't matter, then you are a point blank example from what I'm talking about right now. Masculine force will settle for vanity, and feminine individual spaces, we are not supposed to be an individual for a long period of time. After that, everything goes messed up. We get completely unbalanced, blah blah, this and that. Been there. Trust me. I'm talking about life experience. But a individual masculine force, because the masculine energy is the force and the feminine energy is the space. We are physical representations of these things. A individual masculine force will settle for vanity, and a individual feminine space will settle for objects, conform with objects. And it's not being spoken about, but never forget the whole reason why dudes are considered cheaters, being called dogs since the 90s, blah blah, this and that. That is because they actually have sex with human beings. And women have gone throughout the decades not being actually considered to also to how would you say it? Because cheating is not understood if the way of having sex is not understood. But if you have a object that can do the same thing that a dude is doing, then you are having sex with this object. And this is the point, that the perspective that is not being looked at or spoken about. But what if dude had sex with objects at the same rate as women? Where it boils down to basically is that, especially us as the grown-ups, we are the only ones that we got left. The young folks, the children and them, they are growing up in a new world. They're growing up in a world where all this AI stuff is actually kind of normal to them. They grew up with iPads and them in their faces. So to them, it's normal. We are literally the only ones left that still know how life looked like before cell phones. And we are seeing where it has changed into now. Now, we are the only ones also that can still embody the value of love. But we love a lot of things. So this is what I mean with the frequency of love. That vibration that comes off of it, everybody expresses that vibration in its unique way. So everybody gives off the same frequency of love in a different way. That is what makes us unique. And half, safe to say, 99% of the people don't even realize that love is a frequency, just to start off with. There are only such a small amount of people that can actually spread the message, that can actually raise the awareness. So for us who are doing that, or for us who is in that loop, because that means that you are spiritually on your journey. If you came across me, or if I am in your life, especially for my friends and them, like nothing happens for nothing, nothing happens by accident. Like I came a very, very long way from where I actually come from. And one of the main things how I ended up here is because I love what I'm doing. That is not a coincidence. And when it comes to having somebody, because loving what I'm doing, guess what? I'm here by myself. That is a me thing. And for you to have somebody else in your life, that you can share that with, if you reach that state, that is golden. So hold on to that. And for all my peoples out there who got that, shout out to you. Like that is golden, very, very, very golden and rare. So I really, really hope that y'all are taking care of yourselves in these times that we are in, because there is a whole lot changing. And I keep on saying that, but the rate on which oops, the rate on which stuff is changing is almost, you could get overwhelmed if you are not aware that you are present in 8 other dimensions at the same time as this one. And every trait that you have in this one, you have in all the other ones as well. And the word automatic pilot must sound familiar to you. Because if you are not aware of what I'm saying, then you are using all of your traits in the other 8 dimensions are on automatic pilot. And I think that this is enough information for just one video. Out of love, that's all I can say. Biggest brain in the building, positive power, prosperous peace. Take good care of yourself. Stay informed, stay aware, keep your eyes open, and I'll see you on the next one. And the next one will be a short one. This one wasn't short at all, but hey, salute. See ya. One.